Today I wanted to invite in this idea of with every closing there's an opening, and you hear this really cliche saying, when one door closes, another door opens. And that's actually represented in our body, our physical body, as well as in a lot of other places. But in our muscular system, we have these muscle groups called agonists and antagonists. And when one activates, the other one releases. And often we're so focused on the one that is the muscle group that is firing that we disregard the part of ourselves that is actually opening. So, for example, when we engage our quads, it actually in turn releases our hamstrings. So, I'll speak to this quite a bit. I also want to work in micro movements. So, really tiny little subtle movements, feeling into some parts of yourself you may not have paid attention to before. We're also going to work into the side body a bit, often neglected part of ourself. And I will say about the side body, when we open the side body and create some space there, we invite some space into the point between each rib. So as we invite space there, we create more mobility for our lungs and therefore more mobility with our breath. If you've been to my class before, you will have heard me say that before, but it's nice to know why we're doing things. So we'll start today in a reclining butterfly pose. So draw the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide, and recline the length of your spine down on the ground. And if the hips, the groin, the inner thigh region is already feeling a little tight, you can bring a pillow underneath each knee or a little closer in towards each hip crease. And tee your arms out to the sides. And right away, can you engage that point between the shoulder blades and inch the shoulder blades a little closer together? And notice how with that engagement, it kind of puffs up the chest, gives you a little more space through the heart. With that closing through the back body, you may invite some openness and receptivity into the front of the body. And shut down the eyes if you haven't already. And observe the nature of your breath. Notice its ebbs and its flows. Observe how the breath is moving through you. Notice the points it touches. Notice the points it maybe misses. And notice all the spaces in between. And can you give yourself permission to simply be here? There's a line in one of my favorite poems that says, "Here is the only place left on the map." The poem is by Andrea Gibson, and I think that really relates to so much in life, but in particular, our yoga practice. This is our time carved out of our day to truly be present with ourselves and meet ourselves where we're at. And start to deepen the breath. And so with your next exhale, pull your navel into the spine, squeeze every last bit of air out of the lungs, hit empty. As you inhale, breathe into the very base of the belly. And feel that breath leak up into the rib cage. Feel it expand the chest and the upper back. And just pause for a moment here. Feel that radiant space in the center of the chest. Feel the breath swirl there. As you exhale, send that rhythmic wave of breath back down. Inhale, fill up from the base of the belly. Feel the breath leak up into the chest and upper back. Pause. And now send that rhythmic wave of breath back down. Soften the chest, soften the belly, pull the navel into the spine. Can you continue to breathe slowly like this? Each inhale, an invitation of openness, of space. Each exhale, an opportunity to let go and make room for whatever is to come. The next breath in. Take one more conscious breath here, in and out of the nose. That steady rhythmic wave flows across you, over you. Allow the natural spontaneous breath to return. And can you bring your awareness to that space in the center of the chest? Noticing if that place already maybe feels a little more open, a little lighter, a little less constricted. And can you let this space simply be here, without needing to fill it with anything? Allow it to be open and receptive to whatever this practice has to offer you. Take one more breath here. And draw the hands to the outer edges of the knees, or the upper legs, and draw the legs back together really slowly with care. Use the strength of your arms. Now draw your right knee in towards your right side body. Extend your left leg out in front of you, wind releasing pose. So rather than hugging the knee towards the center of the chest, can you work it more towards the outer seam of the upper body? So the right side armpit. Allow your shoulder blades to drip down onto the ground. Allow the sides of the neck to lengthen. As you draw the right knee a little closer towards your right armpit, allow the jaw to soften. And take 3 breaths. And can you soften the gripping through the right side glutes? Allow your arms to do the work. Take 1 more breath. Your left hand to the outer seam of the upper right leg, and draw your right knee across the body, coming into a little twist. Extend your right arm to the right. And with each inhale, can you feel a little space coming into the torso as the belly fills up, the lungs fill up with air? And as you exhale, it's as if gravity draws the right shoulder and the right knee a little closer to the ground. Allow yourself to unravel. Good. 2 breaths here. Maybe even look to the right and spite the cervical spine into the twist. Good. Inhale, draw the knee back to center. Give it a squeeze into your chest this time. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Switch sides. Give your left knee a squeeze in towards your left side body this time. And can you treat the 2 sides of the body independently? So the 2 sides of the body will feel differently. Very few of us, if any, are perfectly balanced. So treat the 2 sides independently. If you want more, you can draw the knee in towards your left elbow crease, clasp hold of the left forearm, wrist, or elbow, or you can just stay clasping the shin with both hands. Let the shoulders sink into the earth. Use the exhale to draw the left knee a little closer to the left armpit, coming a little closer to yourself. And 3 breaths. Bring the right hand to the outer seam of your left leg. Draw the left knee across the body to the right. Coming into a little twist, maybe a few snap, crackles, and pops, all good. Right hand, just outer seam of the left leg. Left arm extends to the left, maybe gaze to the left fingertips. Little twist through the thoracic, the lumbar, and the cervical spine. Lumbar, thoracic, and cervical spine, lower, mid, upper back. Let the left shoulder sink, let the left knee sink as you exhale. Good, take one more round of breath. And inhale, draw the knee back to center. Get the left knee back, squeeze back into the chest. Extend both legs long, reach the arms overhead, reach the toe tips forward, lengthen through the front and the back body like a cat stretching in the sun. Give your knees a squeeze into the chest, and you can either come through rocking and rolling to come into a tabletop, or you can just roll over onto either side. Make your way there, however it lands in your body. So land in your tabletop, and I want you to shut down your eyes for a moment. Shut down the eyes. So disregard the idea of cats and cows here. I want you to visualize as if your practice right here, right now, are like a blank canvas. And that blank white canvas sometimes can be quite intimidating. So I just want you to imagine like your movements right now are like scribbling all over that canvas. So start to scribble with your movements. Maybe that's a little wiggle out through the hips. Maybe it's a child's pose. Maybe it's a cobra. Maybe it's lying on your side. Just let yourself move intuitively. Glide the paintbrush of your body across the landscape of your canvas, your mat, your practice. And just let this feel juicy, feel good. And keeping the eyes closed if it's comfortable for you as you move. Good, and we'll all meet back in a neutral tabletop. Now flutter the eyes open, or you can keep them closed if you like. I'm gonna speak to cat-cows now, but listen very closely. We'll move vertebrae by vertebrae. So as you inhale, actually it might take more than a breath to get there, we're gonna move so slowly. Tilt the pelvis forward, so it's like you're shifting your tailbone up towards the sky. So just those lower couple vertebrae start to curl. Good. Now can you engage the muscles of your lumbar, supporting your lumbar spine? And as you start to engage those muscles, you create a little bit of tension through the lower back, but notice how the belly starts to dip and that lower belly starts to get a little more expansive and open. Good, can you engage the muscles now of your mid to upper back? So the shoulder blades draw a little closer together. Notice how that starts to naturally create space between, in the center of the chest, between your ribs. Between your lower ribs, good. Now angle your fingers outwards a little bit. And imagine you're spiraling your upper arm bones, your humerus bones outwards, external rotation of your humerus bones. Spread your collarbones and start to lift the gaze up. So think of lifting your chin up. And as you engage the muscles in the back of the neck, the throat starts to open. So with this closing, not so much closing, but with this tensing, this compression through the back body, you create an openness through the front body. Inhale here, stay. Okay, again, moving very slowly, engage your glutes and squeeze your glutes towards the back of the knees as the tailbone starts to roll forward towards the pubic bone. Now feel that point just below your belly button, above your pubic bone, hug into your spine, strong core. This time knit your low ribs in and feel that point between the shoulder blades start to lift up towards the sky, almost as if they were a string, pulling the back door of the heart open towards the sky. Push down into the hands to resist gravity And then look towards your belly button. Tuck your chin to your chest. Dome through the upper back. Now as there's a little scrunching up through the front body, the back body can open. Good. Breathe space into the back door of the heart. Take one more breath. Okay, with these micro movements in mind, move with your breath. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Feel that engagement through the lower back. Dip the belly down, spread your collarbones, lift your chin, lift your gaze. Exhale, reverse the shape. And take a few rounds here like this with your breath. And can you notice the relationship between the closing and the opening, the activation and the relaxation, the equal and oppositional ends of the spectrum? The fact that one exists means that the other, the opposite, exists as well. Good. Take one more round. I promise we'll move more dynamically as well, just taking our time warming up. Little corners and creases of ourself often forgotten. Good, meet back in a tabletop. Extend your right leg back, ground down into the ball of the right foot. Start to shift the weight back into the wrist creases and kick your right heel towards the back of the room. Feel that little tug through the right side calf, right side hamstrings. Now gaze towards the top of your mat. Lengthen through the back of the neck. If you want to feel a little more, shift the weight further back into the wrist creases. Kick your right heel further back. Good. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, ground your right heel down. Swing your left foot to the left shin parallel towards the front of the mat. And windmill your right arm up and overhead. Fallen star variation. Pin down into the outer edge of your right foot. Reach your right arm up, and over. Can you feel that space between the lower right rib and the right side hip bone? Breathe into that space. Soften the top of that right shoulder if that means lifting the arm a little bit, bending the arm, that's all good. You want to feel that space through the side body. It's about how it feels, not about how it looks. Good. Feel the strength of your core lift you up. Shoulders stack over the hips. Imagine like you're holding a ball of light between the hands. Maybe pinky spiral in slightly. Feel that ball of light and feel as if it gets really heavy so the muscles in the arms have to grip onto the bone. Strong, sturdy here. Now as much as you're grounding down through the left knee, through the right foot, find an equal and oppositional lift up through the side body, through the fingertips, through the arms. Inhale. Stay active through the sides of the waist, through your core. Bend slightly to the right. Just slightly, not dumping into your mobility, using your strength to hold you here. Good, peel the left shoulder back. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, glide the right hand down the outer seam of the right thigh. Pin the outer edge of the right foot down if it's not already, and maybe reach that left arm up and over a little more. Maybe gaze up to the left fingertips like they were stars. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Reframe the top of your mat with your hands. Swivel onto the ball of the right foot. Left foot comes back behind the left knee. Okay, right toes remain tucked. Hover your left knee just a couple centimeters off the ground. You should feel the heat start to build right away. Knit your lower ribs in, pull your low belly in, and plug down into the knuckles of your forefingers, and even like claw down into the mat. So you should feel the space underneath your the space underneath your nail beds turn white. That's how much you're gripping on to take some of the pressure off the wrists. Good. Inhale here. 3-legged dog. As you exhale, kick your left leg up to the sky. You can either flex the foot or point the toes. Whatever you do, just do it intentionally. Good. Now elevate the left leg a little higher. Bend the left knee. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Breathe into the left side body now. can lift the knee a little higher. You can drop the left heel a little closer to your right butt cheek. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale, realign the hips, extend the left leg high, high, high. Engage the left side hamstrings to do so. And then can you delicately place your left foot next to your right, downward facing dog. Good, feel the left side, feel the right side. Notice any differences between the two. 1 breath. Good, soften the knees down. Tabletop. Let's move into the other side. Extend your left leg back now. Shift your weight back into your wrist creases and kick your left heel back, back, back. Feel that little tug through the left side calf, left side hamstrings. Shine a little brighter through the chest, gaze slightly forwards. Pull your low belly in. Good, and as you engage the left side quads, pull your left kneecap up into your left thigh. Feel that little release through the hamstrings. Ground your left heel down. Swing your right foot to the right shin parallel to the front of the mat, and windmill your left arm up and over. And feel that space between the lower left rib and the left hip bone grow. Peel your left shoulder back. You can bend the arm a little bit if you need. Now pin down into the outer edge of that left foot. And as you pin the outer edge of that left foot down, can you feel that equal and oppositional reach forward through your left fingertips, lengthening through the entire outer seam of the left side body. Good, take 1 more breath. Use the strength of your core to rise up. Imagine like you're holding a ball of light between the hands and then it gets really heavy so the arms engage. Feel the muscles wrap onto the bone. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale, start to bend to the left just slightly. Feel your strength hold you here. Good, and if the wobbles arise, all good, embrace them. It means you're getting stronger. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, melt the left hand down the outer seam of the left leg. Reach your right arm up and over. Breathe into the right side body. And as you cinch into the left side of the waist, feel that expansive quality through the right side of the waist. Good. Take 1 more inhale. Cartwheel your hands back to the top of the mat. 3-pointed tabletop. Tuck your left toes. Hover your right knee just a couple centimeters up off the ground. Now hug the thumbs together. Feel the muscles in the chest turn on. Knit your low ribs in. Can you bring your right knee a little closer to the ground but without it touching? Take 1 more inhale. 3-legged dog. Move slowly. Exhale. Now flex the foot or point the toes. Whatever you do, just do it intentionally. Good. Bend the knee. Elevate the right knee. Drop your right heel towards your left butt cheek and breathe into the right side body. Feel the breath. Create space between each rib on the right hand side. As you inhale, realign the hips. Kick your right heel high. And then delicately glide your right foot back down to meet your left. Downward facing dog. Let's set this home base. Plug down into your hands. Feel almost as if your hands grow roots down into the ground. That's how supported, how grounded you are here through your upper body. Micro bend through your arms to hollow out through your armpits. And feel the shoulder blades draw slightly together. Pull your chest towards your thighs. Bend your knees and tilt your pelvis forward. Keep the knees bent if you need, but imagine like your heels are being magnetized towards the ground so you get a little more of a stretch through the calves, through the hamstrings. Inhale, ripple forwards, high plank. Okay, everyone, lower your knees down to the ground and untuck your toes. Hover your chest and chin to the space between the hands. If you can, hover the chest off the ground. If you can't, that's okay, drop it all the way down. Now listen closely. Engage your glutes. Squeeze your glutes towards the back of the knees as you roll your tailbone towards your pubic bone. As you inhale, roll the heads of the shoulders back, drop the hips, spread your collarbones. Imagine like you're pulling the heels of the hands towards the back of the mat, pulling the front of the mat towards the back of the mat. And as you engage the lower back, feel the front of the belly open. Push down into the tops of the feet, draw your kneecaps up into your thighs. Grow long through the back of the neck. Take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do that little transition one more time. Feel free to move through chaturanga and up dog, but wherever you go, can you feel where you're opening? Focus on that opening and expansion. Inhale, ripple forwards. Knees, chest, and chin like we just did, or lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, now slowly heel toe your feet to the space between your hands. Can you feel each toe one at a time grip down onto the mat as you make your way there? And land in your forward fold. Stay for a few breaths. Allow the spine to just pour out of the pelvis. And slowly articulate each and every vertebrae and rise up to stand. Stand at the tippy top of your mat. Arms to your sides. Excuse me. Now shut down your eyes, if you haven't already, and just scan your body from the crown of the head down to the heels. Notice the places where you feel space. Notice the spaces where you feel tension. Just painting a picture of your internal landscape. Reach up, breathe in, palms meet. Exhale, bow your hands to your heart, bow your head to your heart. Feel the space beneath the thumbs. Sun A, flutter the eyes open, reach up, breathe in. Look to where you're reaching. Exhale, bend the knees, pour forwards, forward folds. Hinge from the hips. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Can you lengthen through the back body? Feel the crown of the head pull forward and feel the equinoppositional pulling of the hips back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Option, lower knees, chest and chin. Option, lower halfway. Inhale, pull the kneecaps up into the thighs wherever you go, lift your heart. Exhale, push through tabletop or plank, downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath. Can you feel each and every micro movement? Let yourself move slowly. Take a little stroll to the top of your mat. If you can land lightly, you can jump there. Halfway lift, inhale, draw the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Scrub the heels into the floor, feel the outer hips engage, reach up, breathe in, follow your fingertips with your gaze. Tadasana, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Sync your breath and movement. Exhale, cascade over the thighs. Halfway lift, inhale. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Lower down, take your variation. Inhale, offer your heart up. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. Land between the hands lightly. Forward fold. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, empty. Inhale, stand, rise. In Tadasana, exhale. Sync your breath and movement seamlessly. Inhale, reach up, look up. 2 more rounds. Exhale, melt forwards. Inhale. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back. Ride the exhale, lower down. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, down dog. 1 breath. And land between the hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Stand, inhale. Tadasana, exhale. One more round, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, heart lifts. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back, lower down. Offer up your heart to your practice to yourself. Inhale. Down dog, exhale. One breath. Land between the hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand, reach up, breathe in. And Tadasana, shut down your eyes. Repaint that picture of your internal landscape, taking a fresh sketch. Notice any shifts. Any movements of energy, of tension, of openness. One more inhale. Drop the jaw, sigh the breath out. Flutter the eyes open. Feet either together or hip width apart. Reach up, breathe in. Utkatasana, chair pose, breathe out. Let's set it up. Now if your shoulders are creeping up into the ears, bring the arms wider. Now shift your weight back into your heels and scrub your heels into the floor. So pull the heels away from one another as if you were ripping a little spot in the mat between your feet. Simultaneously magnetize the inseams of the thighs towards one another. You can shift the weight back into the heels and then shine a little brighter through your chest. Lift the heart up. Now can you give a little energetic tuck of the tailbone forward towards the pubic bone to avoid exaggerating that curve through your lower back? Take one more inhale. In slow motion, fly your wings back. Exhale, hummingbird variation. Stay with me. If the flames are building, use the breath to throw some water on those flames. One more inhale. And exhale. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, waterfall over the thighs, forward fold. Take a round of breath here. Halfway lift, inhale. And bend the knees, plant the hands. Now pull your right heel to your right butt cheek. Now squeeze your right heel to your right butt cheek. Engage the right side hamstrings. Good, now search for the back of the mat with your right toes as if you were moving through honey. Glide slowly. Left knee bent. Glide your arms up to the sky. Crescent lunge, move slowly. And feel as if the lower body is so grounded, so stable, that the upper body just simply glides right up. Take a little bend in your right knee. Take some of the pressure off the right side hip flexors. Or if you want more stretch through the right side hip flexors, you can straighten the right leg. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, press the palms, reach the fingertips forward, and tuck your chin to your chest. So like in that cat pose, hug your navel into your spine, roll the tailbone towards your pubic bone, and dome through the upper back. Reverse this movement, open your heart up, grow your wings, gaze up, and feel free to just get organic and expressive with this movement. Maybe the arms come back to goddess, maybe they fly all the way back. Whatever feels good. Wherever you are, lift through the mid to upper back. And as you engage those muscles of the mid to upper back, the heart lifts and opens. Palms meet, reach forward, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, open up, reach up, grow your wings. Reach up through your heart, grow your wings. Exhale, palms meet. One more breath and open, unravel. Palms press, exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge, stay with me. Warrior two, open up, right heel grounds, left knee stays bent. Just transitioning through here, straighten the left leg. Whew. Take a round of breath here. Now pause for a moment. Engage your Engage the muscles of your left arm. So reach your left fingertips forward as if they're being pulled forwards. Simultaneously pull your right fingertips back so you don't actually move, your arms are just engaged. Now take a tiny little micro bend through your left leg. Feel the muscles in the left leg wrap onto the bone. Now feel like your left fingertips are being pulled harder. So you reach forward, forward, forward. Down, 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 Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left hand to left shin. If you want a deeper variation, you can grab hold of the peace fingers, big toe with your peace fingers, hand down to the ground. But it's not about how far down you reach, it's about where you feel it. So you want to feel a deep stretch through the right side body. You cinch in through the left side of the waist just slightly. Feel how that creates more space. Where does that create more space? Go a little lighter through your left hand. Reach up a little more with your right fingertips. And engage your left side glutes to draw your left hip point forward and peel your right hip back. Maybe look up to your right fingertips. And take one more breath. Bend your left knee. You can either bring your right hand down the outer seam of your right leg or search for the left hip crease. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Reverse your warrior. Soften the left shoulder. Lift up and out of your hips. Lengthen through both sides of the waist now. Especially keep the left side long. Maybe look up, maybe bend the left knee deeper. If you want a little challenge, maybe lift that left heel, take a deep breath in. Ground the left heel if it's lifted, extended side angle. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Option, left hand down to the ground. Option, take the bind, thread the left arm underneath the left leg, reach back, clasp hold of the right wrist, or the right hand, or the left hip crease. Wherever you are, hug your left arm into your left leg and hug your left leg into your left arm, and peel your right shoulder back. Good, take one more breath. Smooth, steady articulations of movement, articulations of each vertebrae. Reverse your warrior. Reframe the foot. Swivel into the ball of your right foot. Step your left foot back to meet the right, high plank. Move through your flow, whatever that looks like. Your downward facing dog, take a deep breath in. Clear it out, empty out. Look between the hands. Take a little stroll or hop up there, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, empty. Stand up, reach up, breathe in. Right into it, Utkatasana, exhale, hips low, keep the arms lifted. Bring the arms wider if you need to soften through the tops of the shoulders. Pull your lower belly in and sit your hips down. Pull your shins back. Make sure you can see the tops of your feet, not just your toes. Engage the outer hips. Pull the heels away from one another towards the outer edges of your mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, glide your arms back. Charge the fingertips back. Charge the crown of the head forward and drip your shoulders away from your ears. Pull your lower belly away from your thighs. I know it's a lot of things to think about. You're doing great. Reach up, breathe in. Fold forwards, belly to thighs. Begin to straighten the legs. Round of breath. Slow the first time through. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Pull your left heel to your left butt cheek. Now pull your heel closer to your butt. Really feel the left side hamstrings engage. Now surge for the back of the mat with your left toes. Slowly, slowly bend the right knee. Firm up through the lower body. Pull your right heel towards the back of the mat. The ball of the left foot towards the front of the mat. And glide your arms up to the sky. Crescent lunge. Adjust as you need. Remember, treat the two sides of the body independently. Maybe the left leg was straight on one side, maybe you need a little bend in the knee on the other, all good. Lift from the mid to upper back, shine brighter through the chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, palms press, reach forward. Tuck your chin to your chest, dome through the upper back. Feel as if someone's pulling your fingertips forward, pulling the space between the shoulder blades back. Breathe into the back door of the heart. Now grow your wings, expansive, expressive with your movement. Inhale, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Engage the rhomboids, the Christmas tree-shaped muscles between your spine and your scapula, and shine brightly through your chest. Exhale, palms press, reach forwards. Grow your wings. Inhale, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, palms meet. Give it your own flavor. Inhale, open. Exhale, palms meet. Crescent lunge, inhale, transition through warrior two. Exhale, ground the left heel down, arms parallel to the ground. Left foot roughly 45 degrees, straighten your right leg. Feel the right fingertips charge forwards and the left fingertips charge back. Almost as if your arms were like a tug-of-war rope. Little micro bend through your right knee. Engage the muscles of your right leg. Reach your right fingertips further forward now. Reach, reach, reach. And then glide the right hand down to the right shin. Pause when you feel that stretch through the left side body. Maybe hand comes here. Maybe it's to the ground. Maybe peace fingers around the big toe if you're super flexy. Engage the right side glutes to draw the right hip point forward and peel the left hip back. You can drop the back of the left hand towards the wall behind you to open through the chest a little more if you'd like a little more depth. Good. Take one more breath. And bend the right knee, reverse your warrior. Left hand stays light, either down the outer seam of the left leg or to the right hip crease. Deep breath in, soft right shoulder. Stay for the exhale, maybe right heel lifts, one more inhale. Right heel grounds if it's lifted, extended side angle, exhale. Right forearm to the right thigh, hand down to the ground, or take the bind if it's there for you. Hug your right arm into your right leg and your right leg into your right arm, and peel your left shoulder back. Roll the rib cage to the left, pull your navel to the right, maybe look up. Move with your breath. Inhale takes you there. Reach up and over. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands plant. Step it back and move through your flow. Downward facing dog. Okay, that is our flow. We're going to link that sequence with our breath now. Let's clear out to make space for what is to come. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, empty. Inhale, right leg. Inhale, land between the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand up, reach up. Inhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale. Stay, breath in. Exhale, arms back. Reach up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Draw your right heel to your right butt cheek, inhale. Step your right toes back, exhale. Crescent lunge, breathe in, inhale. Palms press, reach forwards, exhale. Inhale, open up, heart lifts. Exhale, palms meet. Grow wings, inhale. Exhale, go inwards. One more inhale. Exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Straighten your left leg, inhale, reach forward, forward, forward. Down, 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 exhale, Trikonasana. Bend your left knee, reverse your warrior, breathe in. Extended side angle, breathe out. Inhale, reverse. Plant your hands to the ground, step it back, and move through your flow. Nearly there. One more side to go. Next breath, land between the hands, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand, breathe in. Chair pose, Utkatasana, breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, arms glide back. Reach up, breathe in. Fold forwards, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, melt forwards. Left heel lifts, breathe in. Left toes back, breathe out. Crescent lunge, inhale, look up. Palms meet, exhale, reach forwards. Grow your wings, inhale, expansive. Exhale, go inwards. Two more, inhale, open up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, one more time, grow wings. Exhale. Crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Straighten your right leg, inhale, reach forward and down, Trikonasana, exhale. Bend your right knee, reverse your warrior, breathe in. Extended side angle, breathe out. Reverse, inhale. Hands plant, step it back, move through your flow. Now everyone soften your knees down to the ground. Bring your hips to your heels, child's pose. In this variation, draw your knees, your feet to hip width apart. Extend your arms back behind you, soften your forehead down to the mat. Curl up in a little ball. And a few moments here, just you face to face with yourself on your mat. In this grounding little shape, so many points of yourself in contact with yourself, so many points of your body in contact with the ground. Can you feel that wave of breath across the torso? Allow the steadying of that breath to draw the heartbeat back to steady as well. And slowly, you stack one vertebrae on top of the other to unfurl and come up to seated on the knees, and the shoulders, the head come up last. There is no rush. Good. Come to stand on the knees, one back bend before we take it down to the floor. Tuck your toes. We'll start with a softer variation. Now bring your hands to your lower back, fingertips point up. Okay, before you think back bend at all, can you think opening through the chest? Imagine like you're lifting your shoulder blades up and over an imaginary bar here, so there's an engagement through the mid to upper back. And as you find that engagement through the mid to upper back, notice how the chest naturally opens. Lift the heart up, shine brightly through the chest, then maybe begin to lean back. Maybe reach back, grab hold of the heel with one hand. Maybe reach back, grab hold of the other heel. Maybe drop the head back, open through the throat. Option to come onto the tops of the feet. If you'd like a little more depth, feel the point below your navel, hug into the spine, engage the core to protect your lumbar spine. And take one more steady breath here. Now, slowly as you came in, bring your hands to your lower back, engage your core, restack your spine. Untuck your toes, sit on your heels, bring the hands, palms to face up, and shut down your eyes. And whatever arises, just sit with it for a couple breaths and let it pass. And flutter the eyes open. Extend the legs out in front of you. Come to lying on your back. Now bend your knees, plant your feet, and tee your arms out nice and wide. Don't be afraid to take up some space. And bring your feet to about mat width apart. Just melt your knees over to the right as you gaze to the left. Good, and if you'd like a little more, you can bring the outside of the right ankle just above the left knee. Noticing the sensations, the feelings in this twist, if they're any different to the ones in the beginning of class. Just noticing without judgment. Is there somewhere you can soften? A couple more breaths. Unbind the legs if they're bound. Draw the knees back to center, plant the feet. Now wash the knees over to the left and gaze to the right. Option, bring the outer left ankle just above the right knee for a little more depth. And can you allow the exhale to take you a little deeper? Allowing that breath out, that time, that gravity to do the work here. Good. Take 2 more breaths. Draw the knees back to center, breathe in, plant both feet down, lift the hips, just make sure they're in line with the rest of the spine. And then draw the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to splay out wide once again. Back into this shape we started in. Inch the shoulder blades a little closer together. Expand through the heart. And notice, although the external shape is the same that we started in, maybe the internal experience of the shape is a little different. Observe any shifts. The level of detached awareness, just plugging into your breath. And draw the hands to the outer edges of the knees. Slowly, slowly fold the legs back together. And land in your Shavasana, legs extended long, arms by your sides. Now you can place a blanket over top of you. You can place something over the eyes here if that feels good. And when you land in stillness, can you drop in? Not in the way that you have to drop into a deep meditation or let go of the mind or let go of the body. Just drop into whatever is right now. Drop into whatever is present for you and let yourself feel. Know that the anchor of your breath is always there for you to come back to if things get a little lost or unsteady. Take as long as you would like in your Shavasana this evening, yogis. Namaste.